Good afternoon and thank you for visiting the Garrison Militaria. For this video, you may recognize this piece of American equipment from the Second World War and its use beyond, the M1 helmet. We'll hopefully condense a very lengthy history and service record into a brief overview of this piece of history. To begin, development of the M1 helmet, also known as a steel pot or another one of its other common nicknames, can be traced back to the 1920s and the 1930s, when the US Army was trying to find ways to upgrade the current helmet in service, the M1917 helmet. The M1917 helmet was the American variant of the British Mk1 Brodie helmet. It offered some protection but had some shortcomings, such as the shell being shallow, offering less protection to the wearer's head from all around, thus the need for a newly designed helmet. Fast forward to June 1941, the M1 helmet was approved and now in service. Mass production of the M1 helmet was started in 1941, and by September of 1945, over 22 million were produced. 20 million or 89% of M1 helmets were produced by McCord Radiator Manufacturing Company, and 2 million by the Schluter Manufacturing Company. On the inside of the steel shell, a heat stamp can usually be located on the inside lip towards the front that indicates the manufacturing company and general time frame for the date of manufacture. The M1 helmet was a two-piece design that came with an outer shell made of non-magnetic manganese steel and an inner liner usually made of compressed fiber with a suspension system inside with a sweatband. It also had straps to fit to the soldier's head. The M1 helmet did go through several changes and improvements in production during World War II. Some commonly known ones, such as the rim seam being moved from the front of the helmet to the rear, as well as the material being changed from stainless steel to manganese steel. Another one being common talk amongst collectors: fixed loop chin straps and swivel loop chin straps. Early models of M1 shells had fixed metal chin strap loops from 1941 to around October of 1943, when the swivel loop was implemented into production. The reason being, the fixed loop chin straps had several issues withstanding rough usage and had the tendency to snap off the helmet shell. The first M1 liners were manufactured of fiber by the Hawley Products Company and are commonly referred to by collectors as Hawley liners. The Army noticed early on that fiber-manufactured liners were not durable enough to handle the harsh conditions of combat, and by late 1942 a new manufacturing method was introduced. When you hear high or low pressure liners, this refers to the pressure applied during the production process in manufacturing the liner. The low pressure liners were a quick fix replacement for the Hawley fiber liners until high pressure liners could be adequately manufactured to meet wartime needs. Low pressure liners were not up to par with withstanding the rigors of combat as well. They were produced by two companies from early 1942 to late 1943. High pressure liners were developed from 1942 to 1945, and by mid-war, high pressure liners had generally replaced all the previous liner types. These liners were made of a composite fiber which was more durable than the previous types, allowing harsher treatment and a bit more flexibility. High-pressure liners were contracted for production again after World War II during the Korean War. They were manufactured by 7 different companies. The suspension system and the chin strap of the M1 helmet had several changes over its time in service as well, such as the fabric colors transitioning from OD3 to the OD7 shade, different metal types for the chin strap hooks used in wartime and post-war production, and the transition from the rayon suspension to the herringbone. The M1 helmet had a lengthy and history-rich time in service from 1941 to 1985. It was also used in the Korean War, Vietnam War, and Grenada up until it was replaced by the PAS-GT helmet in 1985. The M1 helmet was also used by other nations' police and military forces, with many nations developing their own helmets based on the M1 helmet's design. It is also estimated that around 70,000 men have been saved from death or serious injury by the M1 helmet following a post-World War II report. Thank you for watching.